Recovery operations are underway now following last night's midair collision between an Army helicopter and an American Airlines flight from Kansas, which killed all 67 people aboard both aircrafts. At least 28 bodies, including all 3 soldiers who were on the helicopter, have been recovered from the icy waters of the Potomac River near D.C. when the collision took place last night at 8:48 p.m. Eastern. Now, many right now are searching for answers. And what do we know so far, and what steps can be taken to prevent something like this from occurring again? Joining me now to discuss this, Congressman Troy Nehls, who serves on the Judiciary Committee as well as the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure, where he is the chairman of the Subcommittee on Aviation. He represents the 22nd District of Texas. Congressman Nehls, welcome to Washington Watch. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Tony. Good to be with you.
All right, so what's the latest? What do we know regarding this incident that occurred last night?
Well, we know that there are still recovery operations continuing. You know, you had 67 lives lost, and we need to make sure that we can account for each and every one of those individuals. We know that the NTSB, they've been on the ground within a few hours of this taking place last night. I believe they're up to almost 44 people or so from the NTSB is assisting first responders and others, but they will also be the lead investigative group in this crash. So we know that there are dive teams there. The FBI has sent their response team. There are dive teams there trying to recover the black boxes. You know, there's 2 black boxes on that aircraft. There's the data recorder, and then there's the cockpit voice recorder, trying to get those 2 black boxes recovered. And I know that the NTSB has received what they'll call like a full package, a full ATC package, which is the air traffic controller. So all the communications prior to the crash and moments after the crash are all in the hands of the NTSB, and they'll be doing their investigation. I had a briefing with them, and Chairman Graves, he's the chairman of the full Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. We had a briefing with NTSB a few hours ago, and they informed us on the most current information, and it's just very, very sad when you see what took place, and now the real question is the NTSB report. How long will it take for them to conduct an investigation, and what kind of findings will there be? But I encourage the NTSB and FAA to make sure that they have accurate information. It's all factual, and then we will look at that information and see if it leads to any type of recommendations. But that's what we have up to this point.
It's been nearly 2 decades since we've had a air disaster such as this right here in our nation's capital. I would assume, being that so many in Congress are flying that same route each week, the skies in D.C. have become more crowded. We're seeing a lot of military aircraft, a lot of commercial aircraft. I would think all of those things are going to be looked at by members of Congress because they want to make sure that this is, in fact, made safe again.
Sure, I do it every week. I fly out of Houston, Intercontinental, and I got a direct flight right into DCA, so I'm very familiar with that route. I'm very familiar with that airport, and so we'll have to wait. A lot of people coming up with their own opinions as to, whose fault, pointing fingers, this and that. And I think that's, I want to just say, maybe a little irresponsible at this time. We have to give the NTSB an opportunity to look at everything and come up with a report. And speaking to them earlier today, they stated they could have a preliminary report possibly, within 30 days. So I think that's a step in the right direction. I don't want to see something like this be drug out where we don't know anything for 18 months, because I don't think President Trump is going to want that.
Right.
He's going to want a very thorough, deliberate investigation into this. But I believe that President Trump would want to have some answers, and then to try to rectify any type of issues going forward to make sure something like this never happens again.
Yeah, I would imagine that he's going to be pushing for that report very, very soon. Congressman Troy Nehls, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you joining us by phone. Great to talk with you.
Thank you. God bless you.